Hey, so checking in to see how you guys are feeling. There's not a lot of significant stuff happening in the space weather. We have had a KP index of 5, so a bit of geostorm activity, but nothing serious. The Schumann's come back down a bit. I think we hit another power of 28, so a big reduction, right, from being up in the 81 to down to 28. So we'll notice that. Spirit's just saying it's going to be a little slower energetic today. We're going to feel like a little a lull in time. Things won't feel as quick or as fast. Now, that might be where some of us start to feel uncomfortable. Because of course, when we're busy, when we're doing things, when there's lots of big energy coming in and we're, feeling that rush, that adrenaline, all of that, all of that stuff coming in, it's easy for us to kind of ride the magic carpet, right? Which is lovely and nothing wrong with riding the magic carpet. But eventually the magic carpet comes down and we do have to go back to the working on the stuff that we're holding, that we're carrying, the blocks, the traumas, the dramas, all the stuff that we show up for as ascending souls, as ascending empaths. It's funny because the last few days, every morning when I wake up and I'm, getting myself ready, I'm hearing this song play in my head, and it's a Jan Arden song called Insensitive. And it's funny because the lyrics, if you go look it up, the lyrics are about being in a breakup. It's a breakup, but it's, talking about how, obviously the person that's breaking up with her in the song is able to be just insensitive, able to pull back the energy and not be emotional about things. And so for a while, for a couple of days, I'm like, okay, well, what do you guys, what am I supposed to be getting from this song? Where's the meaning in this song for me? Or am I just hearing a random song playing in my head? But I feel like nothing's random anymore, or ever was maybe. But what I'm getting today, though, because I sat down again, I'm like, okay, so you're playing this song for me, Insensitive. What am I supposed to be getting from this? And so I feel like this is a good message for us. It's a good message for the collective. I feel like it's a good message for those of us who are ascending empaths, because we are highly sensitive beings about everything, right? We are very, very emotional about most things. And even if you are somebody who, and because they're just showing me, even if you're somebody who is not outwardly emotional, so you're not crying, you're not showing but you're internalizing it. Are you, let me know in the comments, are you one of those people though? I wear my heart on my sleeves. You can see it, right? When I don't keep stuff in. And that's not to say that that's better, but sometimes I feel like there's some people who are very emotional as well, but they internalize it. So let me know, are you somebody who internalizes your emotions? You're obviously feeling tons of emotional stuff, but you're not talking about it or crying about it or raging about it. You're just bringing it inside. Let me know, because it's the same thing. It'd be one's an introvert, one's an extrovert. They're really the same thing, but they're in opposite kind of ways of presenting it, if that makes sense. So I feel like they're showing us this song and talking to us about this song because the idea is to acknowledge that our emotional energy, that emotional charge that we, the transference of energy from the thoughts that creates the emotion, that creates the experience, there's so much for us to be learning through that. And so I kind of just sat down with this today and I thought, okay, so just as an example, say you're feeling really stressed about something. So say this is, financially, I feel like a lot of people are finding it tough right now. It's tough everywhere. I'm hearing some really rough stories about people who are like barely making ends meet. And, it's at any time when our financial stability feels like it's wavering, it becomes very stressful, right? Because this is a money world. Without any money, you can't live, can't do the things that you need to do. So let's just say that you've got that stress going on in your life for whatever reason, the economy, your investments, whatever it is. If we then project an emotion around that experience, because it's very easy, right? If you think about it, when you're, if I get stressed about money, I, instantly go into lack energy, victim energy, and that energy makes us feel weak, and it drains our power, right? It drains our light. It puts us in a holding pattern with fear, right? So when we do that, if we have the realization of like Spirit's saying, oh no, here I go again. They know me well, right? If you have that realization of, oh no, here I go again into that thought pattern of the lack, of the worry, of the like, how am I going to get out of this one? How's this going to possibly, how am I going to pay all this stuff? How am I going to take care of this stuff? If you get into that thought, then it brings up the emotional energy, the emotional charge, which then creates that frequency around the event, around the stressful event, right? So you get it, how we're literally like creating that atmosphere, that energetic atmosphere with our thoughts and with our emotions. So I think Spirit is showing us that, if we have this idea about being insensitive, if we can just be insensitive about a stressor like that, and just say to ourselves, you can say to yourselves, listen, I've been here before. I've been in this stress before. I've felt this. It's not brand new. I've had it many, many times. I'm feeling it. I know it. It's there. Okay, great. It's not what I want. But I'm going to have the recognition right now that how I'm feeling emotionally about it is not going to serve the situation. So I give myself permission right now in this moment to be insensitive. Feel into that. See how that feels for you. Just say to yourself today, you know what? I'm going to give myself permission to be insensitive. And we're not doing this in an angry or a nasty way, because of course those are sensitivities, those are emotions. So we're going to do it in a very neutral way. We're just going to say, you know what? There's not a lot I can do about this right now. I'm doing the best that I possibly can. I'm going to remind myself to do the best that I can in a very neutral, non-emotional way. And I'm just going to remind myself, Spirit's just saying, everything is energy. Everything carries a frequency. We can be the conductor of this, right? We can be the manipulator of it. We can be the creator. We do this. And we do this because our output, right? Our emotional output equals the experience. So just feel into that today and say to yourself, where could I be a little bit less emotional? Where could I be a little bit more insensitive? Sending you guys huge, huge blessings.